give him 30 seconds. First of all, welcome to IIM-Connect 2015 in New York. Thanks to everyone for taking time off a Saturday afternoon to be here. Thanks to Ashima for hosting this event, trying to keep the momentum across US. She travels to every event. Of course, IIM-Americas doesn't fund her. It's all coming out of her own pocket. She has to buy her tickets too. No discounts there. Thanks to Suresh. I mean, Suresh has been giving us this wonderful location every year for the last 3 years. And he makes it a point to make sure he's here every event, and he stays here as long as he can be, in spite of his tight schedule. Of course, I want to thank the speakers here. We'll go through speaker introductions in a bit. Thanks to everyone for being here. And also I want to introduce my co-host, Kiran. Kiran is a director at BNY Mellon. He heads program management for IT platforms at Pershing. And Kiran, do you want to?
Sure, yeah.
So let me do him a favor by introducing him. Harish Narasimhan, he's actually a red hot startup CEO, CEO of AccuRatio, a startup that he has just launched two months back, which aims to bring the digital advertising features to TV ads. He's also on the board of the IIM-Americas. So Harish, back to you.
Oh, thanks, Kiran. I mean, the agenda of today, the whole theme is a brave new world, I guess. Luckily it lines up with me quitting my job and most of my colleagues, co-founders quitting their jobs a couple of months ago to start what we did. But also I think you'll see this throughout the presentations and panel, in Suresh's presentations, and so you'll see that in Suresh's panel. He'll take you through the agenda, but that's kind of a recurring theme for the entire event. What are corporations doing, and what are the key speakers, the key leaders of the industry who are here today doing in each of their respective industries and companies to do that? You want to take it to the agenda?
Sure, so I'll just quickly, it's a long list here, but basically we're only going to do 3 things. Have lots of fun meeting friends and making new friends. Having a lot of food for thought, listening to a lot of the speakers, and then we'll wash it all down with drinks, right? So those are the 3 things we're going to do. We have divided this into 4 segments, if you will, each with a 15-minute break. The first one is the longest. We'll have Suresh Kumar, CIO, narrating the event. Ashima, who's the soul of IIM-Americas, sharing her vision. And then we'll have the first keynote speaker, Tiger Tyagarajan, who's the CEO of Genpact. Then we'll have a break, and in the second segment, we're going to have another keynote by Professor Anjali Jain from Yale School of Management. This will be followed by a very interesting conversation around social entrepreneurship by Kanya Balakrishna, who's the president and co-founder of the Future Project. And then we'll have a marketing panel discussion, which is going to be led by Suresh Divakar, who's the partner of SD Consulting, featuring Deborah Ross. She's the president of the baby care division of Johnson & Johnson, Ranjan Damodaran, VP of the Game Mountain Inc., and Mukul Theras, who's the Chief Marketing Officer of Colgate-Palmolive. And then we'll have something interesting. I think people who have been here before probably would remember. We get to know each other a little better in the Who's Who session. And then it gets even better after that with the happy hour. So then we'll close by 7. So that's, let me just cover the housekeeping items as well. So we will have the break. So one of the things, we are actually running behind already. So we do want to close at 7. So if you could all come back after the break in time for the sessions to start, it would be great. Keep your phones on mute, but do use them to tweet about the event and share your comments on Facebook. And then we're going to have refreshments all along. So that's pretty much the agenda for today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want to introduce Suresh the next?
Yeah. So I think the first session. So I have the privilege to introduce our first speaker, Suresh Kumar, who's the CIO and Senior Executive Vice President of BNY Mellon. He's also the CEO of BNY's offshore technology center, which is Aeronautics Technologies. And he also serves in a lot of technology and advisory committees, both in the industry as well as regulatory bodies. So one of the things I just want to talk a little bit about him is and then when I saw that the topic was going to be a brave new world, some of the things that I've been fortunate enough to associate with him over the last 15 years. Going back, he's someone who really understands this topic very well. Right, going back to the time when internet was not yet commercially, the world hadn't still understood it. He actually launched the first online trading platform with PC Financial Network on Prodigy, and he launched it worldwide. Right, following that, when the World Wide Web came, he actually built the first mobile trading application in 1995 on a Sony mobile link phone. He was also one of the first to pioneer the insourcing of technology services in offshore by basically from a Wall Street firm perspective in 2000, which is set a pretty it's a big trend right now. And then he revolutionized the wealth management industry and currently doing the same for the asset management industry. Just one more thing I just want to talk about. So last year, under his leadership, we started, BNY Mellon is a 230-year-old bank, right? We started the first innovation center in Silicon Valley. So, he does know a little bit about the changing world and has been riding the wave. So it's my pleasure to introduce Suresh.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Come on, guys, you can do better than this. So, I just have, a few minutes, and first of all, welcome all of you. I know it's a Saturday, and it's great to spend time with you guys. I see my batch mates here, and there's someone who just came from Japan, and I haven't seen him in a while since the last reunion. So it's them. I also see the people from BNY Mellon, who I work with on a day-to-day basis, and I see quite a few of them, and I welcome them as well. So it's kind of almost like a family, and when I kind of talk about this brave new world, I was thinking, what can I say in a few minutes? In my position as a technologist in a large financial institution, people constantly ask me about innovation and change, and now the new buzzword is cloud, analytics, and mobile, and digitization and digital enterprise. The reality, though, for most large institutions is that you have lots of technology debt, right? And there's a lot of technology obsolescence. So, whenever I talk to people, people tell me about these innovation centers and how they're investing in this and that, and I kind of ask them, okay, what percentage of your budget really goes to that? It'll be very tiny. So, for most large companies, and I was just talking to someone from IBM, large companies have the same challenge, right? So you have great client base, you have large revenue base, a good margin, and all the things that startups don't have, right? They're all trying to get there. And what they also have is lots of headaches, right? And in order for them to innovate, they need to be willing to cannibalize their own revenues. They need to be willing to, drop things that they know, no longer think as strategic. And it's hard, right? Because you have shareholders, and shareholders have expectations. And so for me, the thing that I always focused on is I inherited an organization with lots of challenges. How do I make sure when I leave, I don't leave them in the same state, right? So in our case, a technology obsolescence, what decisions can I make so that I can leave the place so that technology obsolescence is not a constraining factor in growth? And just thinking about this event, what does that mean to you guys? But the same thing happens professionally. We graduate, we are all blessed to have graduated from some of the best schools. And then, life takes on, you go work here, there, and some people work in a long time in the same place, and some people move around. But the world is changing. And how do you keep up with the changes, and how do you make sure you don't have the same, instead of technology obsolescence, professional obsolescence, right? And that could happen very quickly. Nobody cares about IIM, when I came here, nobody even knew what it was, right? And I'm not sure things have changed that much, but I know Ashima is trying hard to get the name of IIMs out in the marketplace. But the reality is, as professionals, we need to think about the world around is changing, and we could be relevant. Doesn't matter you graduated, 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 40 years ago, right? And what can you do? So the one thing I appreciate about events like this, and in my case, I'm part of various advisory boards or conferences where I go meet people and get to learn stuff, and the networking is really, really important. And I'm really grateful that Ashima is trying, because actually later this month, on 8 companies, all of us are going to Harvard Business School to spend 2 days with the professor Clay Christensen to talk about innovation in large companies. And it's an interesting thing that you learn. And when I think about Harvard and the network and the impact it has with the alumni, right, we have some ways to go. And obviously, we can't wait for the respective institutes, who is at a different journey to go somewhere well organized. This is the only thing that I know that actually tries to bring people together across the institutes and to bring certain impact in the marketplace. The alumni network is extremely important, and it has a huge benefit, right? So in addition to us just graduating, I think there is this aspect of the network becoming a valuable part of our professional lives. So with that, I want to just introduce Ashima and thank her for actually taking this on a personal cause, and it's the amount of time that she's spending and the places that she's traveling is really phenomenal. I also want to thank the team from BNY Mellon on Saturday to have come and to help. And I would like to thank Kiran as well, one of the graduates, and this is the 3rd year in a row, and people are spending some time. And so with that, here's Ashima.